Chapter 3, Video 4 of the Biosphere, Communities and Ecosystems Continued. To recap from the last video, communities vary in structure but are alike in that they all carry out basic processes. These basic processes can be grouped into energy flow through the system and matter cycling around the system. All organisms either do photosynthesis or eat to stay alive, causing energy and matter to move through the community. All energy and matter ultimately come from and return to the physical environment. People are altering the structure of many community and ecosystem functioning through various human activities, such as land use and water use. Energy flows are routed through feeding relationships in the ecosystem. A food web describes the complex interrelationships by which organisms consume other organisms. These food webs are highly complex and not always apparent. Another way to image or imagine energy in ecosystems is by creating a biomass pyramid. Biomass is the weight of living matter. The first trophic or feeding level is the producers, which capture energy from the non-living environment through photosynthesis. Consumers derive energy from the chemical energy stored in the bodies of producers or other consumers. Biomass energy is lost during feeding as either heat from metabolism or unused waste. So less and less energy is available at each of the higher trophic levels. Here's a picture of the biomass pyramid as it corresponds to the picture on the left. As you can see, you need a lot of producers to support some consumers and then the top predators within that system. And as you go up, the biomass ladder or pyramid gets smaller and smaller with each type of consumption or energy use, because most of this energy that is harnessed then gets dissipated as heat. The rest can be harnessed by the organism to do work. In addition, many of these higher organisms expend a lot of energy to obtain the energy they need to maintain themselves. So biomass declines Biomass declines with each higher trophic level because progressively less food is available. In general, 80 to 95% of energy is lost in the transfer between each level. Most of that is lost through waste and heat. Heat. Some of it is harnessed by the next trophic level, but that gets smaller and smaller as you go up the biomass pyramid. Ecosystem productivity varies greatly with the ecosystem. The term NPP, net primary productivity, is the rate at which producers can create biomass. The term NSP, net secondary productivity, is the rate at which a consumer and decomposer biomass is produced. Annual net primary productivity of the Earth's surface is shown here. Note the highest primary production is around the center of the planet, where there is more energy from the sun and less temperature fluctuation. Not shown is the primary production of the oceans, which is slightly lower than terrestrial systems per unit area, but larger overall because of the mass of water on the planet. Let's review from the last two videos. We should be able to explain what an ecosystem is now. Explain the differences between an open and a closed community, diversity versus abundance. Why is an ecosystem analysis functional, and why are why is an ecosystem analysis functional but a community analysis not? What are the trends in community succession? What are the food webs and biomass pyramids? What do they represent and how do we interpret them? How does net primary production correlate to latitude?